You have started the part of the webinar dedicated to Power over Ethernet. Most of our switches support PoE power supply, which can be recognized from the label itself. In the basic version, it is PoE up to 30 watts according to the IEEE 802.3 AT standard. In addition, the PP versions support PoE up to 95 watts from one port of all active PoE standards. Please do not confuse active PoE standards with passive PoE. Passive PoE solutions are usually cheaper, but do not offer any verification of the compatibility of the connected load. If the connected load is not compatible with passive PoE, it can easily be destroyed and, in extreme cases, even a fire. Active PoE works quite differently. Active PoE sources are designed as power-limited sources according to the IEC 62368-1 standard. Before delivering full power, load compatibility is first verified. At the same time, built-in hardware fuses and protection algorithms in active PoE sources continuously monitor consumption and ensure safe disconnection of the load in case of failure. We present two values for PoE switches. Maximum delivered power from one port, maximum delivered power through all ports. The maximum delivered PoE power per port can be further limited by setting in the simulant configuration software. This can be useful in situations such as, in practice, this can help, for example, to protect the system from overloading the power supply in the event of a PoE camera failure. The status of the PoE power supply can also be monitored using the SNMP protocol. A frequent question is the maximum possible length of the cable with PoE power supply, especially with PoE above 60 watts. With these performances, the resistance of the cable and the resulting voltage drops must be taken into account. In order to achieve sufficient voltage at the PoE PD device input, it is therefore necessary to use sources with a voltage higher than 48 volts. That's why we have s.r.o series sources in our offer that allow setting up to 56 volts. One of the other above standard functions of our switches are the so-called IP watchdogs. If, for example, the IP camera does not respond to ARP queries, the switch can automatically restart it by turning off and then turning on the PoE power supply. The PoE camera can be restarted even when it is connected to a media converter. Just configure the blue switch so that the converter monitors the presence of an optical signal. In the LANring switch, you can configure the IP watchdog monitoring the IP camera connected to the media converter. If the camera does not respond to ARP queries, the switch automatically disables the optical port. The media converter detects its shutdown and then turns off PoE on the fast Ethernet port. Within a few seconds, the switch turns on the optical port and the media converter then enables the PoE power supply. This was an example of how to automatically restart a broken camera. IP watchdogs can also be used for cameras powered by 24 volts. That's all for the content of this webinar. Finally, I would like to mention some information about the test procedure and the subsequent issuance of certificates. Tests are only mandatory for people registering projects on our website and in the case of applying for an extended warranty of 5 years from the end of production. In both cases, you must have a valid certificate and activated VIP access on our website. The VIP account is activated automatically after passing the test. We consider a test with at least 2/3 of the answers correct to be a successful composite test. You have 2 attempts to pass the test each day. The validity of the certificate and VIP access to the website is 6 months. During this time, you can extend your VIP status at any time by taking another test. Another way to get VIP access is to participate in face-to-face training. In this case, your VIP access is activated for 1 year. Finally, thank you for your attention and I look forward to hearing from you on the next webinar.